What's up, everybody? Make sure you carve out some time soon to stop by the Doodle Drive-in on East Steeles Corners Road in Cuyahoga Falls. You, your fur baby, and your friends can grab some food and soak up some spins and good conversation up in the fenced-in outdoor dining area. It's super great. The Doodle Drive-in is on a mission to bring people together through food, community, and animals. We had a great time there. It was super duper clean, great open spaces, and Craig Elo even made a new best friend. Everyone, meet Ben Franklin.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is week 9 of the Ohio high school football season. I am Mike Vorhies
with Matt Magaw,
and you're watching the 330 to go high school football show. Welcome. It's week 9. Where'd the time go?
It's just been a phenomenal 8 weeks of bliss sitting here talking with you every week, Mike.
Why do I sense sarcasm in your voice right off the rip here?
Just setting the tone for my usual negative ways.
Oh, negative Nancy sitting in this morning. Negative Nancy.
Yeah, you got it.
We've got a fantastic show planned for you guys today. We've got our game of the week. The Copley Indians at the Revere Minutemen, as voted on by our fans, by you.
There was a landslide.
Yeah.
A landslide for this.
And you know what? The records may not show it, but I know these kids are going to go out and fight extremely hard tonight. It is, I believe, it's not homecoming for Revere, but they battle for like a bell, I heard.
Yes, I found out about this.
So did I.
Yeah, like I didn't realize. I mean, this is a big rivalry, so it makes sense why it was voted.
Rivalry games are great.
The fans were all about it, but yeah, it's keep the bell.
Keep the bell.
Yeah,
that's what we're going for tonight.
Revere
keep the
has
bell.
the bell. Currently, correct?
Okay, I believe so. I believe Revere did win last year, so we'll talk about that. We've got our pick'em games. We've got a special interest story.
We
got two of them.
We have a normal highlight athlete of the week.
We got that as
and then
well.
Another one was presented to us.
Yes, last night, in fact, during Thursday night football.
Yeah.
Shout out to Patty Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs for another win at 16 in a row against Denver.
From a fantasy standpoint for football, it's horrible.
Unless you had Travis Kelce. Yes.
Or Bucker. Didn't Bucker?
He had like 17 points in our league. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I got up.
It's a kicker.
My son was all excited, or I think he might have been playing against Bucker.
Oh yeah, 7. I'm playing against a guy who has Pacheco, and he finished with like 14. So that's not terrible, but it's all right. Dig a hole. All right, we'll talk fantasy another day.
Exactly.
New show. Well, that's a nice little show idea. Maybe we'll roll into that.
Maybe somebody else would not want to listen to that.
We've got news regarding next week, with it being week 10, the last week of the regular season before playoffs.
Yeah.
Big news broke this week.
What was that?
in the 330 to go high school football camp.
Okay.
Big news, but we can't talk about it yet. We got to tease it a little bit. Let's
Oh.
tease it a little bit. You know what it is. It dawned on you just now. I saw the look on your face.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, now it just
Totally
did.
lost.
Good
Totally
grief.
lost. Yep.
Do you need this? I mean, I think you might need this. Are you
Crickets.
awake, dude?
Crickets. I like that.
My goodness.
What's going on in my head right now?
All right, we're going to dive in. Let's dive into our future athlete spotlight of the week.
From the 1040.
From the 1040. If you're not familiar with the 1040, Matt, what is the 1040?
It's Copley Road.
Copley Road, known as
which
1040.
happens to have, Bookto High School sitting right on it.
It does. And our feature athlete this week is Dustin Durden Jr. from Bridges Learning Academy, but he plays for the Bookto Griffins.
Yeah.
So we like that.
Very
He is a
common.
senior, number 34. This is what I love right here. He is a running back, a linebacker, and a nose guard. Let's go.
I'm surprised the Swiss Army knife comment.
No, because linebacker and running back kind of go hand in hand.
True.
Nose guard, though, that when I saw that, I was like, that's pretty sweet.
He can get down there and get dirty.
I love it.
He's not afraid to, bump
And
some heads.
Here's my favorite, because we haven't talked about this at all from the other 8 that we've done.
Okay.
Dustin wants his plans after high school. He wants to join the military.
Is that a first?
Kudos to you. Yes.
That's a first?
That's a first.
Wow. Well, congratulations on being the first. What I mean by first is joining the military.
Join the military. Thank you for
It's
wanting to serve our
very
country.
Uncommon. I remember when I was younger, I was like, I hope they don't have a draft. That's the one time
I would be panicked. Yes.
I would.
I didn't want to register to vote when I turned 18 because I'm like, oh, crap.
If that would have happened, do you think you'd have been Canadian and just.
No,
ran
I'd have
up-
faked
ran
an
up north?
injury, I think. Not
Faked an injury.
Not gonna lie. I don't know if I could
Still
have passed
dodging the draft in some capacity, whether
still-
you're running to Canada or getting hurt.
I don't know if I
mean,
could even pass the test, like the physical test. I don't think I
Aw.
could.
I was horrible.
My
at
body
pull-ups.
is not
I
what
have
it used
no
to be.
upper body strength. None.
Really?
None.
It's just all in your jaw.
It just runs.
Ah,
it just
there it is.
runs. Well
There it
played,
is.
Michael. Welcome to the show.
Welcome in.
Let's
I've been
go.
holding on to that one for a little bit.
No, man, I've been walking into these lately. I like it.
It's-
Yeah, see? I don't
we've-
mind getting it taking some of the.
We've gotten along for 9 weeks.
It's got to, yeah. Something's got to give, man. What we're trying to tell you is we're about to throw down and fight next week on week 10.
Week 10.
Week
Let's do
10,
it.
it's over.
Anyway, we have
seasons.
we
We'll do
have
it live.
we have 1 week left in
Yeah.
our regular season for our featured athlete spotlight. We keep the submissions coming.
How do you do
We
that?
still have plenty.
How do you do it?
You go on a Google Doc that we will share to the 330 to go high school football page. You fill it out. It's really easy.
It's that simple.
Really, really easy. And then once you hit submit, it comes to us. We get everything, but make sure you include a picture
Yes.
of your athlete so that we have it, so that we can show everybody what you look
So you
like
can
when
see
we
it
talk about
right
it.
here.
Right here.
See, right there.
Right there. Exactly.
Number 34.
There he is. Dustin Durden Jr. once again, our feature athlete spotlight of week number 9. So we may have a little bit of a longer segment next week because when I was looking at the folder, there's still a few in there that we have not talked about.
Oh, we're just gonna do a bombardment.
We might, or do we save them into the playoffs? I mean,
we just gotta look from the producer. We better stop.
Playoffs.
Yeah, we just got a
Adding
very,
more work.
very dirty look from
Yeah.
the producer.
There's a
He's-
hot key coming, I'm sure. Here in
Yep,
a
he's
second.
he's finding it. Don't worry. Anyway, so we talked about Dustin. Congrats to you. I love the picture of Revere.
Yeah,
I think that's phenomenal. Shout out to Moon Man. Great job getting that photo, brother.
man. I got him for like 7 weeks, and I ain't getting no love.
Did I not thank you?
No.
All right, I'll give you a fist bump right
No,
now,
I
dude.
don't want
All
it.
right,
That's
fine,
fine.
whatever.
We're fighting next week for sure.
You did a
It's on.
phenomenal job. When we get these pictures,
Phenomenal.
I love them.
Phenomenal.
It's like you were on the field. It was like you're important, and you
I
stood
did.
on
I
the
just-
field
I
and
just
snapped the photo.
Broke in and hopped the
Shh, don't-
fence. Athleticism came back.
And then security chased you, and the rest is history.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Oh dear, that's a story. Anyway, let's dive right into the pick'em recaps. How about the fans?
5-0.
Fans, you go 5-0 last week. You now hold a 1-game lead over
Do
Matt
they?
and myself.
I thought that everything's tied up.
No, they've got us by a game.
Are you sure?
I am positive. I did the math based on the sheet from last week. 4 plus.
There was the week that when you were off,
Uh-huh.
you said we were tied and we weren't.
Oh.
They were
Oh.
they were a game behind.
Oh,
Yeah.
so maybe we are all tied then.
Oh.
Breaking
Check
news.
one, buddy.
No.
Check one for Matt.
I miss a week and look what happens. So guess
See?
what?
Victory.
We'll rewind it a bit.
All right, we're all even Stevens.
Pick'em games, recaps. Yes, we are all even.
Okay.
All even.
Okay.
So it's coming down to the wire, folks. It's
love
coming
it.
down to the wire.
I hope it's a 3-way tie.
The fans go 5-0 last week. Kudos to you. Matt and I both go 4-1.
Not good enough.
We're going to go. It's time to put up or shut up. I mean, we either know what we're talking about or we don't.
Wow.
I mean, that's it. That when we're picking these games this week.
If there was ever a week to go 1-4,
it's
this is
one.
the week.
Or 0-5. It could happen. All right, recapping the games from last week. We had Massillon traveling to Austintown Fitch, and guess what? Massillon rolls in that game 42-7. They're rolling. Yeah. You know who's on their calendar for week 10. They did get trucked.
Yeah.
They have Warren Harding this week. Massillon does. And then the big game, the rivalry game against Canton McKinley.
Actually, I saw on here we had a Massillon alumni was actually watching our show here.
Really?
Give a little shout out to Perry James.
Okay, there you go.
I went to high school with him.
Do you say TIG and then he finishes it for you?
No, he was at St. V. Couldn't start there and went and started at Massillon.
Good for him, man.
So
kudos.
Perry was he was a stud.
That's awesome.
So
we love it.
There.
Thanks for tuning in.
I just
Perry.
saw that. Yeah.
Thanks, Perry.
Yeah.
All right, we've got Norwayne against Chippewa. Norwayne continues their undefeatedness.
Chippewa continues to shock everybody with the fact that they're
you know what?
Week in, week out. We talked about it last week.
Norwayne,
tons of credit.
Norwayne wins this game, but I'm not going to tell you the score.
Why?
Because it was 50-0.
Well, then why did you say that? Stop.
What? Norwayne, maybe we need to give Norwayne a little bit more love. Haven't really talked about them at all this year. They're undefeated, continuing to roll. We had Firestone at Akron North, and Firestone pitches another shutout, 28-0.
Yep.
I love the fact that 4 different players scored a touchdown for them in that game.
Wow.
Team effort, total team effort for Firestone. North Royalton at Twinsburg. Here's the game that I took the L on. I believe you did as well. Twinsburg 31, North Royalton 28. So Aiden Stuckzinski.
That was the one that
the fans took Twinsburg. We took Royalton.
Darn you fans.
Aiden Stuckzinski. I hope I pronounced that correctly. He ran for 170 yards, 4 touchdowns. North Royalton made it close with 2 scores late, but unfortunately they ran out of time.
I am so glad were good at English.
Why is that?
Because there's so many names that you say them and I can't even comprehend.
Well, listen, for those that
pronunciate them.
For those that don't know me, our local church does a basketball and cheerleading league that I've done. This will be 10 years that I have done it, and I am the public address announcer, I guess.
Oh, a little self-promotion going on.
And I take pride in the pronunciation of names. So growing up with my last name being Vorhies, it got butchered all the time.
Yeah.
So I bet. I love being able to pronounce these kids' names and do it right and watch them smile.
Did people spell it right?
No.
Yeah, I got a lot of
it spelled like they spelled it like Jason from Friday the 13th. Oh, and that's today, by the way.
Oh my gosh, great segue.
Yes,
there.
Great segue,
wow,
right?
Brought it back to that.
Well done. It's like I've done this before.
My gosh,
So Vorhies got spelled wrong all the time. It's so frustrating. So I take pride in getting them right. I don't want to be that guy. So if I butchered your name, Aiden, I apologize. Please let me know. If I said it wrong, I want to correct it.
True.
I mean, I don't want to continue to say it wrong.
See, I could still have somebody tell me the correct way, and
we'll do it live.
I don't know. I get stuck.
I make notes and I do the enunciation, how I would pronounce it in parentheses so that I don't forget.
Yeah.
So, you'll see that I've done that. Hold on. Where's the note? Oh, I did that. Coming up here in just a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So
that's cue for get back on topic.
Yeah. Steve's that's
cue for get back on topic.
Moon Man's
we're having way too much fun.
So right. We're talking about practice. All right. So North Royalton drops 1 to Twinsburg. Our game of the week, CVCA and Northwest. Woo! And CVCA runs away with this one 39-16.
As soon as I showed up.
We talked about that on the recap. So obviously Logan Scranton led the way for CVCA, 150 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. Connor Satterfield for Northwest, 163 yards and 2 touchdowns. So now there's like a huge tie for second place in the Pac-7 because Northwest was in second place all by themselves because they had I don't think they had lost a game in the division.
Who's winning that?
Canton South currently. They're undefeated.
That's where you're at tonight, right?
Well, I'm in Tuslaw tonight. Well, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Yeah.
Sorry.
Dude, you like really you've got
Just
something.
trying to get it over with.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Over the line!
It was absolutely over the line. My goodness. So, yeah, game of the week. CVCA wins one, 39-16. Great game.
That's a great
We've
game,
got our
man.
pick'em games for this week. Again, voted on by the fans. Fans did a great job.
Yeah.
I'll give the fans some credit. They did some work.
Yeah, they're good at picking games.
They are. They're pretty good. We got to follow what they do. Maybe I'll do that this week.
True.
Maybe I'll follow what they do.
Maybe not. We'll see.
I may have to. Or I go 0-5. If it's
Could.
me, it's me
Very
picking,
much.
I'm going 0-5. All right, our game of the week, folks. The Copley Indians, 1-7 on the season, 1-4 in their division against the 3-5, 1-4 in their division, Revere Minutemen. You had a great week. You got to interview both of these coaches. Phenomenal job.
Thanks.
I know that Coach Nickel unfortunately had an issue with his camera.
He was having a little bit of a Zoom problem,
You
so we did
know,
audio. It still worked out.
still was a
Producer was
great
able to make
interview.
it work.
Still a great interview. Both coaches really high on their programs, their kids, their coaching staffs. I mean, I loved getting to look at the stats this week. I always love that when they send us the stats. You can look through, see who's doing what.
With a rivalry game like this,
Mhm.
it's just like any rivalry. Records go out.
Oh, the
Which
records mean
is
squat.
a great mentality to have here at week 9 for two programs that are working their way up the hill.
Correct.
So and that's not to say anything. I mean, I get it. Every Friday, kids go out there, they bust their hump, they work.
Oh, yeah.
And there's always got to be a winner and always got to be a loser. Unfortunately, that's the way it goes.
Right.
And Copley's had some, tough losses. But when you look at the numbers and stuff like that, I think the key for them, Copley, is can their defense hold?
Yeah, because last
there's a
week,
lot of ability. They give up some big scores.
It's funny. It's like you read the notes here going into it.
No, I didn't.
Oh, really?
I didn't. Yeah.
Oh.
That would be prep.
Wow. Yeah, nobody does prep
No one
like
does.
me.
No one. You do. These are
I
all
do a
you.
ton of prep, man.
Kudos to all this.
I
I
love
just
doing-
show up and read it.
That's just like the teleprompter. You'll read anything that's written, correct?
We'll do it live.
We should totally do that. Give me like a Ron Burgundy moment.
Let's do it. Or what they did to Charles Barkley on TNT once during
I've
the
gotta look that
Inside
up.
the NBA.
Oh, I got to look it up.
They got Charles Barkley so bad. It was amazing
Dang, I should
because
look-
he will
okay.
read anything off the prompter, and he did.
I don't know if
And it was live, and it made it wonderful.
even better.
Yes.
I'm gonna do that as soon as we get off.
All
here.
right, so Copley comes into this game tonight after losing a shootout last week to
Mhm.
Barberton, 51-47. The Indians' lone win of this season comes against Cuyahoga Falls, where they won 48-29. The game was played at Cuyahoga Falls. Why do I say that? The game tonight is in Revere. Copley may want to win one on the road. Just saying.
They're an away team.
They might be. Copley is led by their dual threat quarterback in junior Gabe Mansell. He leads the way with 124 carries for 758 yards and 9 touchdowns on the ground. As a quarterback, he is 75 of 153 for just under 900 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. 2 receivers he gets to throw to, Andrew McKnight and Scooby Stanford. I love that name. I absolutely love that name.
Scoopy Stanford.
They both are talented receivers. They have 30 for Scooby, 28 for Andrew McKnight. McKnight has 5 touchdowns. Stanford has 4. Copley's defense led by Ricardo Childs, a senior. He leads the Indians with 84 tackles. That was a large number.
Whoa! Week 9?
For week 9, that's a large number. I mean, he's going to be well over 100.
Butter dog.
For
The
you.
dog with the
You would
butter.
think.
84 tackles. He's had 5 for loss. Devon Nixon leads the team with 4 sacks. So you got to watch out for Copley. You said it, Matt. If their defense holds strong, I think that is going to be the difference in this
That's
one.
the main thing.
For Revere, they come in tonight after losing its 3rd straight game. They lost 56-20 to Highland. And one of our past athlete spotlights, Zach Oliknoitz.
No, that is definitely not
That's
it.
not it.
I when
Did
Hank was
Hank did it right.
Hank like called the school and got pronunciation.
Oh,
Like,
he went above and beyond.
above and beyond.
How's it pronounced?
Not even gonna try.
Oliknowitz.
All's I know.
Oliknowitz. That's
Zach,
what I'm gonna go with.
Zach, you are a I know his first name.
Yes,
I don't need his mom yelling at me because I butchered the name.
Oh, I think the second time I got it right.
Say it again.
I think it's Oliknowitz.
Hmm.
That's what I'm gonna go with.
Oliknowitz. See,
dude, we got different pronunciations. Somebody help us.
All right. Well,
anybody watching, chime in because I want to get it right. Zach, you are a stud, sir. Leads the Minutemen rushing attack. He has 842 yards on the ground with 152 carries, 11 touchdowns. Quarterback Luke Ferris has completed 45 of 100 passes for 586 yards, 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Zach also leads the receivers with 4 catches for 153 yards and a touchdown. Sam Lee leads the defense with 75 tackles. Rowan Klein with 3.5 sacks. The team has 15 tackles for loss, 5 interceptions, 14 forced fumbles, and 11 fumble recoveries.
Man,
both teams look to get back to their winning ways tonight, live at 7 p.m. at Revere Stadium. If you're there, tell us. Yes, I will post. Unfortunately, I will not because I'll be working.
Yeah.
I don't know where you're going tonight. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I might take the night off.
What?
Yeah.
You take the night off?
Yeah.
You need another day off already? Good grief.
I plan on honestly just maybe streaming.
Okay, that's fair.
Streaming is
good.
Watch it, so
having fun.
I'm not technically taking the day off, but just
because you're working right now. You're here.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Don't tell my wife. Whew. If she thinks I'm not working,
she'll think you're on the golf course. That's all.
Oh,
she'll just think you're on the golf course.
I golf way too much.
You do, but you're good at it. So you're getting better. You're getting better.
You could ask my friends. They're horrible.
Are you the worst of your friends?
Yeah,
I hope not.
In some cases, yes.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
All right. Well, apologies.
Sideshow.
Apologies to Mrs. Magaw that you suck at golf. Is that what we're doing?
No, I just didn't want her to know that I golf. And that I want her to think I work all the time.
Matt, newsflash.
Yeah.
Wives know everything.
Yeah,
she already knows. She knows that's what you'll be if that's where you're going to go today.
Ouch.
So we're going to dive right into our Week 9 Pick'em games as voted on by the fans. You guys did a great job. We'll start it off in the Federal League. We've got McKinley hosting Glen Oak.
McKinley is
7-1, 5-0. So technically, McKinley has clinched no worse than a share of the Federal League, but McKinley only has one more game. That's this one tonight at Glen Oak. So
they win this one.
Hands down. McKinley. Coach Hall has this team ready to go. Keaton Rohde.
The only
Nino
way would be is
Hill.
if they're looking at next week, and I just cannot.
Can we say that your wife says that's all he does is golf? That's beautiful.
See what you've started?
I love it. I am an instigator among instigators.
A lot of things to answer for now.
Yeah, she'll be calling after the show, I'm sure.
Fans took McKinley as well. Let's change the subject.
Change the subject. Field travels to the undefeated Norton Panthers. Norton 8-0. All they do is win right now. Norton looks really good.
Norton is on a high.
Norton wins this game.
Oh,
Norton wins this game. I think Field will give him a little bit of a fit.
Okay.
But I think Norton still 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, definitely 100%.
Why am I giving the spread? I have no idea.
I don't know.
Like we gamble
the fans as well are taking Norton. We do have a strong fan base.
All right. A big game here at Barberton tonight. The 5-3 Magic host the 7-1 Aurora Green Men, I believe is what they are. I got Aurora in this one. I mean, they're 7-1. I get Barberton's 5-3, but Aurora is really good.
It's high scoring.
You think so?
I think it'll be a high score.
Like another Copley Barberton game last week?
Yeah.
Okay. Whose defense stands strong?
I like Aurora. That's who I'm taking. Fans are taking Barberton. So we're gonna have a split.
So are you taking Aurora?
Yeah, I'm with
All
Aurora.
right.
So
Table for 2 for Aurora.
Yeah, we're probably the exact same.
I like it.
Outside. That's why I was wondering. I knew the fans were taking them.
Hey,
so.
you know what?
And I'm not picking against Barberton because the fans picked them. I just think
shout out to Barberton. You guys bring the noise every week, and I love it. And not in a negative way. You guys love your team. You love those players.
They're a write-in every week.
Every week, yeah.
Every week.
You guys
always somebody writes in.
And so Barberton, we will we'll see who wins tonight. We got Aurora. So fans of Barberton,
Represent.
if we all go 4-1, it's going to bring it to week 10 where somebody's going to have to win this thing.
You think how we're going to go 4-1?
Well, that's the fans can go 4-1. We can go 5-0.
What?
So that's true. We got to break the tie though. We can't finish tied.
We could.
No,
we did.
There are no ties in football.
Oh,
None. There's no ties.
You can win. I'll give it
I'm
to
going
you.
for 2 then.
Sure.
I'll go for 2 in the win.
Sure.
All right, moving on. 3-5 Triway travels to Canal Fulton to take on the 5-3 Northwest Indians, coming off that loss last week to CVCA. I got Northwest in this one. I think Coach DeMarco's going to have him ready to go. It slipped my mind for a split second.
Right.
Connor Satterfield. I mean, that team is so much fun to watch.
He hasn't bounced back here, and they're back at home.
Triway.
So, yeah.
I mean, yep.
That'll be all 3 of us. The fans even took Northwest.
And then, well, before we do the game of the week, let's talk about our honorable mentions because we got several. You guys did really great this week.
Some write-ins.
So we've got West Branch at Carrollton, 7-1 West Branch against 5-3 Carrollton.
Who you taking?
Both are 3-0 in the division. Is that even a choice? I'm taking West Branch. Gotta take West Branch.
I'll take Carrollton just because.
Bo Alazos and Boston Mullenix and that wide receiver core. Oh my goodness. Joey Jackson. I mean, yeah, this is going to be a good game. Carrollton beat Alliance. I'm not saying anything bad about the Warriors from Carrollton.
Gotcha.
But I just think West Branch has too many weapons. I just think it's West Branch is the king of the mountain, and until you beat the king of the mountain, work your way down.
Canton South
Tuslaw. That is where I will be tonight with my broadcast partner Ryan Keller for Q92 Sports. I will not pick this one, but
God, it would be unethical.
But
to be unethical.
Here's my prediction.
Whoa!
This is going to be a great game. That's all I'm saying.
Bruh.
Huh.
Canton South, they're undefeated. They're 8-0.
Worked, Mike. You got me fired up.
Tuslaw is 2-6.
You know what? I'm not going to stay home. I'm coming down.
You're coming down.
I'm just going to
coming down.
I'm going to bring a radio and just listen to you and watch the game.
Me and Ryan will
total experience, the Mike Vorhies experience.
Let's do it. I will take this.
I'll take Canton South.
Okay.
I think that they're, like you said, they're going to win the pack, so they're not losing that one there.
Nope. We got Rootstown at Southeast. This is another good one.
Rootstown. I would take them.
I'm going to take Southeast.
Okay.
Just because. Why not?
No, I get
These
it.
don't count. So.
No. Highland, Cuyahoga Falls.
Highland. Yeah. Highland hung 88 on an opponent this year, and
that's not even fair.
I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna pick against Highland. There's no way.
No. And then CVCA Orville.
CVCA.
They're
just they're rolling. Shout out to Tim Nichols, the voice of the CVCA Royals. He really helped us out last week with a lot of stuff for that Northwest CVCA game. He is so much fun to listen to on a call.
Oh,
so he's great at what he does.
His
so
game prep of stats was
shout out to you, Tim Nichols. We're listening to you, buddy. We got CVCA tonight.
Garfield,
the G-Men.
G-Men.
This is from Garrettsville, folks, not Garfield, Akron.
No,
this is Garrettsville, which is in the 330.
How crazy is their stat line?
They're 8-0, folks. The G-Men, and they're averaging like 60 points a game and like almost 600 yards of offense.
So you're taking
500 of it on the ground.
Is that Crestview? I think
I am taking the G-Men with a stat line like that and looking at the box scores of teams that they played. They're averaging 60 points a game.
I'm just going to cheat off of your paper and take your answer.
Feels like high school all over again. Let's go.
Like, dude,
circle that one. Yep. What'd you get for number 2? I got
last
that.
one.
All right, perfect.
Hoover
and Green. Shout out to the Bulldogs, baby.
Yeah.
What a game last week against Perry. Came up a little short. I'm
going to take the Bulldogs.
I am not going to take the Bulldogs. I'm going to take the Bulldogs. I was just kidding. I will take Green in this one.
You think Green?
I think Green. Carson Derlin for Hoover, injured in last week's game. From what I've understood, it is a game time decision for Mr. Derlin. He is their dual threat quarterback who loves to run, loves to throw. If he's unable to go, kind of changes the dynamic of that offense.
Green's already turned over the reins to the sophomore.
To Tyson Hunka, who I'll be honest, he looked really good last week. Did did what he could on the ground.
He's a good lacrosse player too.
He throws a nice tight spiral. Watch him in warm-ups. Like he has the respect of with him being a sophomore, he has the respect of his receivers, his offensive line, his running back. They listen to him extremely well as a sophomore.
Okay.
So not being their starter, obviously losing Semino Manson to a broken collarbone really hurts Green, but they're
next man up mentality.
Exactly.
I hate to say that, not to dismiss the injury.
No, we it's what it's as a senior to go out and to miss the end of the season sucks. So
horrible.
Speedy recovery for you, Semino Manson. We're hoping that you're well soon. And then our game of the week.
Well, Dalton in Norway. Someone just wrote.
Oh, Dalton!
So I don't
want
to act like we're not.
Oh, I don't know anything about Dalton. Is it Dalton? Is it Dalton? I've heard it pronounced so many different ways.
This is where you need Hank.
Hank.
He's a pronunciation.
He's a pronunciation freak like
I'll
myself.
take Norway.
Man, Norway's undefeated. So we just talked about them with our recap. Mm-hmm. You know what? I'm just gonna go with Dalton just because it's fun to say Dalton. It's because the team name.
What movie was that where the guy was Dalton? That was Patrick Swayze. Remember?
Was that
Roadhouse?
Yes, Roadhouse.
Dalton.
Yes, Dalton. That's what we'll go with.
That.
All right.
Game of the week.
Game of the week.
Before we get sidetracked
Copley and Revere. This is a home game, and they're playing for the bell, folks. I'm going with Zach and the Revere Minutemen.
I think the ground and pound.
I like that.
Slow it down a little bit for.
I like it.
Copley's defense. I think they might be able to settle in, but like over those couple of weeks of those games where you saw the defense give up some big points.
Yeah. Copley's young. I mean, they graduated a lot of seniors.
Do you want to hit like a point thing on this, like 24-14?
I'll go 30. I'll go 31-13. Revere.
I'll stay with 24-14. Revere.
31-13.
And the fans
Why
took
not?
Revere as well.
Okay.
So our only discrepancy is
the Barberton Aurora game.
So
all right.
Other than that, is there anything else that we have?
Oh, we've got a couple of things before we get into the side note. We're going to do side note number 1.
Okay.
And then we're going to talk about week 10 a little bit. And then we'll come back with our human interest story because I think this is phenomenal. I kind of want to finish with this.
All right.
So shout out to the Akron East Dragons, folks. They are 7-1, 3-0 in the city series, and they're in the driver's seat to win the city championship. They will host a playoff game in Division 3 if they win out. They have games against Garfield and Ellett to close out the season.
Okay.
Shout out to the Akron East Dragons. Okay. I was doing some prep work for other football, and I saw a nice little story in the Akron Beacon Journal about the Akron East Dragons and figured
Zaire Stevens is still there, right?
I believe he is, and he is doing phenomenal things.
Because nice old player.
So Akron East, we're going to keep an eye on you. Could they be this year's Buchtel?
Oh, you know what? Now that you did that, someone brought up Manchester. Manchester picked up a win last week.
What? The Panthers won a game? Yes.
So shout out. Manchester Panthers picked up a win.
Yes.
So now, hopefully, that person who said that, you're watching. You know that I said something, and I followed through with what I said.
You know what? Manchester again. I put them in the same realm as Copley. They graduated a lot. New head coach. Different things. It happens. Teams are going to have up years and down years. It's sports. It's how it works.
Hey, builds character.
So let's talk about week 10 for a little bit. Week 10, folks, for us is going to be, in a word, epic.
Epic.
So week 10, our game of the week, I might as well let the cat out of the bag now, and it's a no-brainer, guys. This is Massillon and McKinley week for week 10. The Tigers potentially coming into the game undefeated against Canton McKinley, who was on a roll at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. This game will be Saturday, 2:00. So next Saturday, 2:00. If you're not doing anything, you make a trek on down to Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium.
So many people go down for that game.
This is
alumni.
There's
that aren't even alumnus.
Last year for Q92, I got to go to the Massillon McKinley game and be on McKinley sideline. And it was so much fun to take pictures and videos of the game. There were so many alumni. Mike Doss was in the building.
Should we go?
Dude, Moon Man, I'd like a thumbs up. Can we go, please? Can we? He's thinking about it. Boss said it was okay. Guess what? We're going to do our best to attend.
I don't have no problem going down.
I'll go down. I'll email McKinley this week and see if we can get on their pass list.
Okay.
because I have not been asked by Q92 as of yet. So as long as I'm not going for them, I can tag team with you. We can go down and see what we can get. But that's part one of the news. Here's part two of the news, folks.
So excited.
This made
excited.
I can't swear, but this made my week. I don't know if you were as excited as I was. Moonman was a little bit excited. Mrs. Moonman was even more excited.
I think it's very cool.
This is amazing, folks.
Yeah.
So normally Matt and I, we trade off and we do coaches interviews throughout the week.
Or I do them both.
Or you do them both when my schedule sucks, or I've done them both when your schedule sucks.
Just teasing.
So this week, folks,
golf gets in the way.
Golf does get in the way. I won't read what your wife said, although she's really pulling for you, buddy, and I appreciate that.
Oh, she did. What'd she do? Oh, she wanted. Now she's pretty much telling me to get to work. There.
She's saying that you need to get to work. Yes. So this week, folks, instead of doing two single coach interviews,
spit it out,
dude. I'm so excited. We get both Massillon head football coach Nate Moore and Canton McKinley head football coach Antonio Hall together on a Zoom call this week. So keep an eye out on the Facebook page.
Moore up here, or like right here.
It's going to be, we're doing like a 4 or 5 square on Zoom. It's going to be fun. Ooh. Well, you need the 5th square because the producer's there to record the audio and the video, but he disappears. But there still will be a box.
That'd be awesome.
So that will be this week. So keep an eye out on the 330 to go high school football page. We will post that interview.
Any good questions you want us to
guys,
ask? Shoot them
out, man. I am very excited
I got excited.
To get to interview both of them. Matt and I will be interviewing together for the first time this year. So that'll be fun.
Should be fun. Could be a complete butcher job.
No, it's not. I don't think.
We're going to find out.
So yes, very exciting news. Coach Hall, Coach Moore. Mike and Matt next
week. To
week.
Listen to Katy Perry. I got the eye of the tiger 20 times next week. What?
I forgot about that. Good. I
like
it.
Love me some Katy Perry during rivalry.
Week 10, guys. Week 10 is one you don't want to miss. This is where teams are fighting for that last-minute playoff spot for high school football. Again, it is Massillon McKinley week. Matt will post the pick'em games for the week, probably on Sunday, probably after the Browns game, I would guess.
Usually after a text when you remind me to do it.
Breaking news, Browns fans, Deshaun Watson will not play Sunday. If you didn't know that already, what have you been doing? Living under a rock, apparently. So PJ Walker gets the keys to the ship.
Hey,
on Sunday against the touted 49ers defense.
I heard it from somebody yesterday, and it is true. There's always a game every year the Browns win that they shouldn't.
Yeah, and this could be it. I got Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle on my fantasy team. So as long as they do great, I don't care.
Wow, yeah. Well,
as long as they do great, it could be a shootout. I don't care. I just want the points.
I got Brock Purdy in a 2-quarter.
Brock Purdy. Yes, that kid.
The next Tom Brady.
He's good. All right.
Oh, there it is again. He's telling us to hurry it up.
Steve does not want us to talk about.
We must be over on time. Last thing.
Yes.
We got
Matt,
one last
this.
thing.
This is all you right here.
We got a message in the message board. Everyone else last night.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't, go to the group page, 330 to go, high school football show. Follow it. But anyways,
share it.
Share it. Keith Sines.
Yes.
Is a manager at Coventry High School. And what they're going to be doing tonight is really cool.
Yes.
We're hopeful to get video.
There it is. The picture just popped. Dude, that's
perfect.
Awesome. Oh,
exactly.
That's Keith right there. If you can see him.
These were posted. They're allowing him before the game starts. He's going to run in a touchdown. It's a good story.
But why? Because he did the same thing in 8th grade. And the players tonight are seniors, and they want to honor Keith. Let me tell you something. Coventry, you're doing it right. Yeah. This is phenomenal. I love stories like this. It is very touching and heartwarming that
in our day and age that we live in, these are absolutely the kind of stories you want
to thank you to who shared the message with us last night, and kudos to you to take the ball and run with it.
I was able to message him. He said that we could use that. We wanted to be able to highlight it again and say
it was Keith's dad, correct?
Yes.
Keith's dad. Shout out to you, sir.
Yeah.
We need stories like this. So folks, if there's more that we missed, fill us in. I love this stuff.
If it's relating to high school football right now in
Right.
some capacity,
So if you're available
Yeah.
tonight, you want to go watch the Coventry Comets, I'm sure
make sure
they
you
would.
get there early because they're going to do
Yes.
it before the game starts.
They'll
And
do it.
again,
It's
video.
senior
We
night
need a
for
video.
them tonight
Yep.
at Coventry. It is
Or-
senior night.
Is it homecoming?
I don't know. I thought it said senior night.
Okay.
That was the whole
Homecoming
reason I
should
said
be
8th
over, but
grade to
yeah,
senior,
no, I
right?
get it.
That connection.
Yeah, exactly. So
Key
yeah,
signs.
check it out.
That's really cool.
Go
So
get him, young
and
man.
by the way,
Congrats.
somebody get me video. I
Yeah.
want to see it. I want to see this.
Asked for it 5 times.
I love watching this
See if
stuff.
somebody,
Yes.
Hopefully somebody does.
You'll see the post tonight, folks. It's 7 p.m. looking for scores. So wherever you're at, whatever game you're watching, make sure you chime in. Give us some scores. Give us some photos. We love this stuff.
Yes.
This is why we do what we do for
I
you, the
I just
fans.
like how everybody takes the pictures of the scoreboards.
Yes,
I think those
that's great.
because it's legit.
Yeah.
I like that. So that would be my suggestion.
So for week 9 of the 330 to go high school football show, man, week 9 is going to be fun. Week 10, folks, get ready, buckle up, get your popcorn ready. Week 10 is here. We'll be with you next week, but good luck tonight to all those teams playing. Have fun. Be safe. It's Friday the 13th. Keep your head on a swivel,
Enjoy.
folks. Keep your
Enjoy.
head on a swivel. We'll see you next week.